Welcome back to Social Club for what is sure to be one of the craziest segments I think we've ever done on this show. For those of you who've not been following the story surrounding Charlton Athletic, not a particularly happy or well-run football club at the moment, exacerbated by a letter that was sent out by the duty safety officer, Cliff. Is that eager, which is even better? Oh, he's just eager for the kicking.
Duty and safety as well. The job title.
Yeah, absolutely. Middle manager extraordinaire by the sounds of it. Anyway, I'll read the letter and we'll put it up on screen as well so you can have a look through. But anyway, this is apparently a genuine letter that was sent out to a select number of Charlton fans. We are writing to you in relation to your recent purchase of a season ticket for the forthcoming 2016-2017 season. This is all fine. Whilst we appreciate your continued support here, and that's where you start to sense.
Yeah.
Whilst we appreciate your continued support here at the Valley, you will no doubt be more than aware of some of the issues that we unfortunately experienced toward the end of last season. As a club, we have listened to and acted upon some of the concerns raised by supporters during the closed season. We have identified, however, that certain comments placed on social media websites by yourself have been not particularly constructive. Yeah? Okay. So you think, okay, where are we going with this? Oh, it gets better. Whilst we recognise, there's that word again, whilst we recognise that everyone is entitled to their opinion, it's their own personal opinion, it is not helpful when inflammatory comments are posted on such websites. It's not helpful at all. As a result, it has been decided, get on this, that your season ticket will be allocated to you in person by myself at the club by mutual appointment.
Down an alleyway.
Yeah. If you can please let me know, will be convenient, please. We can agree a date and time when such issue may be made. I need to advise you, that the granting of your season ticket will be conditional and subject to you signing an agreed behavioural contract, ABC, nice, it's easy as 1, 2, 3, which will request that you refrain from posting derogatory or inflammatory comments regarding the club or the people representing the club in the future on any social media websites or carrying out any other form of behaviour that could be deemed to be of an anti-social nature. Fuck me.
Madness. Absolute madness. Madness?
Imagine
Where do you
if
even
Ted was
start?
a Charlton fan.
I know. That sounds like it was written by Keith Laird.
Isn't it? It's like, it is a pure...
Fire kills! Burn, baby, burn. It was a disco inferno. Oh, that's just me. That's literally one of the worst things I've heard in my life. And it was like, what makes it worse is it's such a PR own goal by Charlton. Like this wasn't going to get leaked. It wasn't going to get out there. The media weren't going to jump all over it. And it was just going to be... But what makes it weird? It's censorship. Yeah. Charlton are effectively the Nazis.
Effectively,
they are effectively the Nazis.
It's North Korean state television,
it is, isn't it?
Like,
it is North Korea,
which is a slightly less offensive way of saying it.
I think the Nazis were more effective at it. Yeah. So, you put your tongue by your mouth all you want.
Did the Nazis put an advert out of a couple having sex in the middle of the pitch? No, they did not.
Well, no, but. It's a different...
It's the trick.
It's a
people moved on.
Yeah. So yeah, look, I genuinely do. I lack the words. I've known about this for a few days, and I've been thinking about how we present this, and it is just because it gets weird. The more you read it, it gets worse.
And what kind of context? What are these people supposed to have done?
Well, this is the thing. Actually, I might as well while we've got it. There's a follow up to this. So the Guardian actually covered this in the days that followed. And they actually spoke to the man, and he said, "I've been gobby, but that's not unusual for football fans. Yeah. I've been gobby, yeah. This could be bad." And there was nothing that anyone else hadn't said on Twitter. He asked not to be named. They said I was being inflammatory, but inflammatory is inciting violence or hate. All I've been saying is we want our club back. I wasn't going to put it online. My friend put it up, but it needs to be out there how they're destroying the club that we all love.
It's outrageous. I can't even imagine if Everton did this and they'd seen my video after the derby last year, what my punishment would have been. Honestly, I think I would have been like, when Homer asked to have the big stone, that would have been me down Goodison Road. I'm with them. Shame. Because if you're on social media, but this is effectively social media, isn't it? So,
Does that mean you're not going to
God
stand in a pub before the game and say he's shit? You know what I mean? Is there going to be someone at every corner saying, "Oh, that's the
That's
derogatory"?
not on social media, so it's fine. Like,
Yeah, don't post that.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Oh, no, it's true though, isn't it? But it is. This comes down to.
Are they going to have stewards listening in on conversations in the ground?
Yeah, well, again,
I'm quite suspicious about this letter, just because the way it's written, it makes me think. As you're writing it, there's no way you. Who's it? Good old Cliff Eager, the duty safety officer, is not writing it going, what am I doing here? So this has got to come from. He's been forced to write this.
Yeah.
I would guess.
By whom though?
That's coming from on high. Going,
that
you've
must
got
be
to.
That does have all the
if that's-
hallmarks of someone saying. Oh,
Publicity?
No, but if someone said to me this was the WWE and Vince McMahon had said that, I'd be like, that's so Vince. That is so Vince. That's so Vinny Mac. But like, we were having a chat before about how they've got some crazy chairmen and stuff and owners in the leagues in England. It wouldn't surprise me if someone gone, no, we're not having that. I don't like that. So tell these guys that they're not coming in unless they clean.
Do you know what's even scarier? Is that it's clear that Charlton and other clubs are monitoring fans' social networks.
It's true.
That's the scare. Well, I know. Listen, I know that for a fact. So it's scary that these clubs now are going through social media accounts. And I'd love to know who this guy is. I'd love to know actually what his, is he part of something bigger? Does he have a big following? Is he influential? Yeah. Or is he just a normal fan with just a normal Twitter account? Because that's scary if he's just like a normal fan who's not part of something or anything. Are they monitoring all Charlton fans? There probably isn't that many of them. Accounts.
So not only are they Nazis, but there's none of them. Is that what you're saying?
No, but that's scary that they're keeping an eye on their fans.
Yeah.
As I say, that they're not the only club. In fact, I would probably think most clubs do.
But it's definitely coming from on high because they've had problems in the past. I think it's Mier. I think that's her surname. She's the CEO. She's just been appointed by the FA Council. I'm not really sure what the FA Council do or are. But the fact that she's getting a job at the FA is not a good thing. Yeah. But she's saying that all the changes that Charlton are making, it was only 2% of the fans. So they had a protest about that, and about 15,000 people were holding up the 2%. So it's not just 2%. Yeah. So she's aggressive in the way that she's behaving. This didn't actually come to pass in the end, did it? They went there. Yeah. The guy had to go there, and it didn't happen. So hopefully, as ridiculous
but no
as
one's seen him since.
Yes. As ridiculous as the running of that club is, the fact that they backtracked on that is hopefully a good thing. And why that had to come to light.
They've just had a new car park laid.
Yeah, but it's just the comments that he says, and he goes on and he says, I expect to walk in there that they've laid out. I said I didn't want the meeting to be mentioned, but they've made it public now regardless. I was going to take it away and take legal advice, but instead they gave me a telling off. I apologise for whatever was said. Doesn't actually know what specifically it was about. But at the end of the day, they shouldn't be sending out these sort of letters. I'm sorry, but I haven't signed any conditions. I said I wanted to record the conversation so it was clear what had been said, but they said no. I don't care what they do now. I've had enough of the club and how they try to treat me and every other supporter. Let them do what they've got to do. I can still travel to away games. They can't ban me from away games. I haven't committed a criminal offence.
On a very small scale, that shows the power of standing up and going, this isn't right, and people coming together and saying something isn't right. And you had it last year with the ticket prices.
Well, exactly. But if his mate hadn't put that up online, it hadn't been picked up or whatever, there's every chance that they might have gotten away with that. And I think it's a great, it's in a small way, exactly what you're saying. It's a small win, if nothing else, to say, well, actually, football fans are not to be fucked with, and they will stand up against these things, even if it's
so important.
Well, what if it transpires that he was using foul and abusive racial language or something like that? Yeah. Well, is it then acceptable to do it?
Well, no. This is the point, isn't it? That, ultimately, we don't know what's been said, but you're right. There's definitely
there has to be a line.
There is absolutely a cut-off point, but it's not. It's not even insinuated that that's the issue, and that actually is grounds for the.
You're right. And I think there has been instances of that where fans have abused players online, and that's fair enough. The club's got the right to do that. But if it's just general stuff, it's like tweeting something like.
You were shit
bought a pair of trainees and the crap, and then the Nike ban you from going in all shops.
It can't be anything like that, because if they could, then they would have responded. On that, and they haven't.
This is just pure paranoia. It's pure paranoia. And what they're trying to actually do is stop fans uniting and getting together and having a voice.
But it's like we've all had it. Everyone's had a dickhead boss, and that guy, it's always the one who tried to rule with an iron fist.
Yeah.
And all it ever does is bring the staff closer together under it, because they try to break it all up. But you react.
Liverpool had one of the worst instances where someone at the club was literally getting all the details of all the fan groups and making notes of them all and who to look out for. It was a hit list, basically, wasn't it?
Rouge,
it was basically a hit list of all the fan groups, media attachments to them, who was friends with who. You can imagine a big, like, when you see like the films with the CIA, who's the top man, and then it filtering down. Page Ackles right at the top. You can imagine Page Ackles at the top, just being right at the top there.
Yeah, so there you go. Leslie, thoughts on that in the comments below. It's genuinely astonishing. Rate your astonishment if you would, and if you've ever seen anything like this, if you know any Charlton fans that have been affected as well, thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't done so already, if you would, please subscribe to the Ball Street YouTube channel and check back. We've still got to talk Arsenal, and it's going to be amazing.